everybody, and welcome back. Back in the shop today, and I've already been doing some work for the past couple of hours, essentially going over each of these minis and making sure that they are where I need them to be, which is essentially everything done, with the exception of shields and woad paint. And you know what? That's where I am. Which also means that this project is almost complete. I did leave off grass, but you know, not gonna worry about that. Anyway, so that's where I am. I need to get the shields done. I need to do the woad paint, and I need to do the grass, and then we're all done. And it's hard to believe that I'm already here. Yeah, this has been a big project. And I wasn't sure I was going to get completed today, but as it turns out, while I may not be finished today, I'll certainly be finished by tomorrow, which is, you know, my 2 paint days for the week, Wednesday and Thursday. So right now, the shields are currently drying. They've been primed, or at least one side has been primed. I need to flip them and prime the other side. I'm going to clear coat these minis so that when I do woad paint, I stand less of a chance of screwing up the paint underneath if there's a problem. And then I'm going to do shields, which includes this, which is probably the only real super fiddly bit left. And these are the shield transfers. The nice thing about the transfers is that they make the shields look really pretty. The bad thing about the transfers is cutting and pasting, not all that easy to do. I have done this before, and it is tedious, but the results are pretty good. So, not too worried about it, but there you are. Also, the clear coat, I'll probably want to do a clear coat over the shields too to make sure the adhesive has a nice layer to stick to. But good thing to remind myself of. But yeah, so there we are, and I'm going to go get to it because I'm excited and I want to get this project over with, and then I want to get started on this Battletech Mini. And I actually am probably also going to be painting some Battletech Minis for my son, who is doing a tournament next month. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, anyway, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. And I'm going to go take care of this. So I will talk to you in a bit. Okay, just a brief update. Yesterday primarily was spent doing the shield transfers, and that means cutting these out and sticking them on here. And if you think that sounds like an easy task, it is not. In addition to cutting around the outsides, which is not particularly taxing with a nice sharp pair of scissors, you also have to cut out the inserts so that they can go around the bosses in the middle of the shields. That's a little bit more tricky. And I ended up using a razor blade rather than an X-Acto knife. An X-Acto knife does not work perfectly well in this situation because it tends to be a little thick blade, and my last X-Acto blade is getting a little dull, and I didn't want to run out and go buy new ones. So since I had a nice fresh razor blade, that's what I used, and it worked pretty well to get the job done. So as you can see, they have all been placed, but it literally took hours of work to do that, and it's a little tedious, but the results are nice. So, you know, at the end of the day, that's really all that matters. Additionally, when I got done with that, I really needed to kind of clear my palette and do something else. So I worked on one of the HeroClix minis. Let's see if that's gonna, there we go. This is Mistress Death. She is a rare HeroClix mini, and this paint has been updated substantially. Now, this was my mini, but as it turns out, I have a client who wanted one painted as well, And so as soon as his gets to me, he's just going to get that one, because that way then I don't have to worry about doing another one. I really like how this turned out, and I can do my own at my leisure and not have to, you know, then I can kind of knock this off of my to-do list right away. And I have some other personal projects that I'd like to get done anyway. For example, my Chaos dudes over there, which I'd still like to get at least another squad of those done prior to the release of 6th edition, which does look like it's coming out in July. So yeah, so there we go. And then after these are done, I'm actually going to move straight into BattleTech. But today I'm going to be doing woad paint. That is my primary task. Once that is done, I'll be affixing shields to minis, and then I'll be doing final touch-ups. So with any luck, this project is done today. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, but I'm not going to assume that that's necessarily going to be the case. So anyway, I'm going to get to it, and I will talk to you in a bit. And just like that, the project is complete. As you can see, all the shields are on, the grass is on, woad paint is done. I'm pleased. I like the way these guys turned out. I think much as I thought the woad was going to end up being one of the more tedious parts, I think that award is definitely going to go to the shields. The woad paint is, in a way, really fun and freeing, because my process for doing it is a little bit more freeform than, say, perhaps the tattoos on the ogres that I did in the past. And you know, if you go look at my Ogre Kingdoms videos, you can see that process. And no, so the doing the woad paint, you know, just sort of eyeball some designs and then just kind of go for it and have fun, and you end up with some pretty neat designs on these guys. So I'm really happy with them, and I think they look really great. But yeah, as far as tediousness goes, it's probably a toss-up between doing plaid and stripes and doing the shields. But at least with the plaid, I was working with paint. The shields is just, it felt a little bit like a kindergarten project, you know, where you're just cutting and sticking. Of course, it was very time-consuming, tedious kindergarten project. But you know, you gotta like the shields. They look really nice. You know, they're not. I would not want to have to paint all of these shields. On the other hand, I did paint this one, so that is a hand painted shield, and I think it stands up well next to the printed ones. But you know what? If I was going to have to paint all these shields, well, I probably wouldn't, or I would have to charge a lot more than I would normally charge for a project like this. But in any case, this is all done, and I think I will show you the photographs that I took of these, because I think it'll give you a little bit better idea of what these guys look like. I mean, you know, this looks fine right here as is, but the photographs a little more high res, and then you can always just go to my Flickr. My username is dullspork, and find my photo stream there. But yeah, so there it is. I hope you enjoyed this video series, and the next thing I've got on my plate is a BattleTech mini, and so that will be next week that I get to that in earnest. Although I did do some priming on that today, so it will be ready for paint when I am ready to get painting. So there you are. And I appreciate you watching, and I will talk to you later.